You are listening to the Anfield Humidor Podcast. My name's Brian. I'm joined by Andrew, and we are back. We are back, baby. Woo! You just redlined. Take it away, Andrew.
I did redline?
Yeah, I'm sure
I'm too loud in these mics. We got this new studio. It's too loud. It echoes in here. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We will.
But no, we're back. And today, yesterday at least, the Reds took an incredibly important 3 points away at Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace. Sadio Mane has now extended his scoring record against the Eagles to 11 games played and 8 goals scored. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's a big record.
It is.
Incredible performance by him. In addition to that, those goals have also kept our league lead at 8 points over the dirty Leicester.
Not even City.
It's spelt Leicester, but it's pronounced Leicester.
The English are weird.
It's Leicester. Don't ask about
Pneumonia
it.
with a P? Go ahead.
But those points, we're also 9 points up on City.
Uh-huh.
Did I mention, in addition to that, we're 9 points up on Man City?
No, but...
It was...
Well, I'm sorry. What was that?
We're 9 points up on Man City.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Top of the league, baby. Top of the league.
Liverpool!
Top of the league. Liverpool, top of the league.
Liverpool! Go ahead.
But all that being said, we have a great show planned for you today. We're back after a long, miserable international break. Today we have for you our real fake news, game chat, score predictions for the next 3 matches, quotes, and Brian wrote a poem. This is the Anfield Humidor Podcast. Stay tuned.
All right, we're back, and we yesterday beat Crystal Palace 2-1.
By just, you mean just beat.
We
barely beat.
barely beat. And what else is new?
That's the name of our song this season.
That's it.
Oh, my goodness.
We just won. We grinded it out. Kind of. It was a fun game to watch.
Entertaining.
Yeah, definitely entertaining. You want to get into real fake news?
No, I want to talk about where we are right now.
Do you?
We are in a brand new, freshly built studio.
Freshly built, 90% finished. It's not finished. You can see in the video we have some
There's like
spackle.
trim. There's trim.
There's spackle dust everywhere. But it's we got our wall, baby. This is it. Hear that? Sturdy wall.
Sturdy.
We got wood.
Well
we
built.
We got drywall. We got insulation, studs, cinder blocks.
We got heat.
We got
insulation. Soundproofing. This is the real deal, people.
It is.
It's because we make so much money on this. Got a nice floor.
Boy. Yeah, nice floor.
I don't know. It's good to be back.
It is.
This was a lot of work. Have you ever done anything like this before?
I've never built something to this level.
Like walls.
Yeah.
And like we have a door. We're going to do a studio tour once it's complete.
You said something so funny the other day. We were in here. We were putting the drywall up.
Yeah.
And you were screwing in the drywall. And you said, Brian, what I'm screwing into right now was not there before.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
Yeah.
Like we put those studs up.
Yeah, like we built a wall where there wasn't a wall.
There was no wall there.
And I don't know if anyone of you has ever built anything, but
Yeah.
it's like this strange feeling of satisfaction.
And did we get permits? Nope. Do we have a live wire 3 feet above our heads? Yes.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yep.
So if you
figure it out.
if you make me mad during this podcast, I'm going to stick your hand on that wire and we'll both get electrocuted together. All right, real fake news, everybody.
Going into the real fake news segment, 2 idiot Americans giving you Liverpool headlines from the other side of the globe.
Some are real.
Some are fake.
You decide.
You decide.
Okay. All right, Andrew. You're going to start first, but start on number 2. No, I'm going to start first, but I'm going to start on number 2, okay?
So
and you switch to 1.
Don't scroll down.
Exactly.
Got it.
All right, Liverpool FC's official TikTok channel has hit 1 million followers.
This is real?
This is real. Becoming the first Premier League club to reach the landmark. The club first launched its official account on TikTok, the world's leading destination for short-form video, during the build-up to June's Champions League final, using the app to reach and engage with new audiences online.
That's incredible.
Isn't that crazy?
That's so weird.
1 million followers on TikTok. We got to get into TikTok.
No, we don't. It's not a good social media platform.
Oh, no?
No.
Why not?
It's just super crass and crude.
Is it really?
Yeah, no, it's a really
But we
bad
we can make it clean.
I know, but it's just funny that Liverpool's on there. That just is so funny.
It is funny.
Real
Go to
fake
number
news. Go to number 1.
Yeah.
Liverpool's Champions League game against Napoli on Wednesday may need to be postponed due to an abnormal amount of geese flying overhead of Anfield lately. Anfield's turf has between 1 and 2 inches of goose poop piled up, and there seems to be no end in sight. Their groundkeeper has said he hasn't seen anything like this in years.
Jurgen Klopp has not been surprised by Dejan Lovren's level of performance since the defender stepped back into the Liverpool team. Lovren has started 5 of the past 8 games for the Reds in the absence of Joel Matip, who had previously been the most regular partner for Virgil van Dijk this term. Now, those...
I was going to say, can we talk about this?
Those numbers have changed since this last game.
Yeah.
So now it's 6 in the last 9.
6 games started. Now, does that mean that Klopp's relationship with Lovren... Like, who else would you play?
I mean, Jurgen Klopp is just... Lovren gets a lot of hate.
Yeah.
He's gotten a lot of hate, and Jurgen's saying he's not surprised that he's been so good, because he's a good player. You know what I mean? That's all.
I thought he's been lights out the last couple.
Yeah, he's been great. He's been great. So I think he's just putting this forward just to give him some good press. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give him a little good press.
Even like you see that in like set piece performance too.
Yeah.
Like he's been kind of...
And he was there at the Crystal Palace game.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
Sorry.
But... I don't know. I like Lovren.
Yeah.
And I like Matip more.
Yeah, of course.
But, like, you want to see Lovren play.
Yeah.
It's like, where's he going to play? I don't know.
I mean, you trust Lovren over Gomez. You trust him. You just trust him a little more. Gomez is definitely more talented.
Do I?
Get into real fake
Do
news.
I?
We'll get
All
into
right.
this. We'll get into this.
Real fake news. The FA is launching an investigation into Manchester City after an anonymous tip which gave GPS coordinates of a building owned by the club. Reports of geese... Reports of geese. We got to read these back to back. Reports of geese honks by homeowners around the building have led the FA to believe Man City is responsible for the ample geese flocks over Anfield. Clubs will do anything to win these days. Did you see? We talked about this on the drive home, but we had to drive separate cars like halfway through. Did you see how Klopp was talking about, or not Klopp, I'm sorry, how Pep was talking about it's not winning the league this year that's important?
Yeah.
He posted on ESPN. I just got the news update like maybe 10 minutes or maybe like 20 minutes ago.
Right.
It said Pep Guardiola quoted saying it's not about winning the league this year for Manchester City. It's about the effort.
Interesting.
That's
interesting. That
crap. What was it about last year, Pep?
Yeah.
Was it about...
Would he have said that if he was 9 points
9
ahead?
points up? No.
No.
He would say the only thing we see is a back-to-back season.
It's an interesting quote because, all right.
It's not about the effort.
No. And they're 9 points down. Why does he already say, we're still early? You know what I mean?
Do you think
weird.
it's like a stab on not a stab, but like an attempt to be like humble? So when you do come back and you're 3 points behind, you're like, hey, this season was never about winning the league, but if it happens that way, it's because of our efforts. Shut up.
He's just trying to keep his job.
It's not 2020 yet. It's still 2019.
Yeah.
We're not that bad.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's just annoying.
That's funny.
We're talking about Man City, but we played Crystal Palace.
I know. Well, we got to talk about our biggest rivals this season, which may or may not be Man City. It might be Leicester. It might be Chelsea. Who knows?
Leicester's gunning, man.
Yeah.
Leicester's gunning.
They're unbeaten, or they won the last how many games?
5, I think.
Their last loss,
at least 5. They have 5 straight wins.
Yeah.
One of them was like a Euro Cup thing thrown in there, or like some kind of cup. Mm-hmm. But they have 5 straight wins. You know their last loss?
What?
Liverpool.
I'm pretty sure they have 5 straight wins in the Premier League. Because I was just looking at the Premier League table.
Yeah,
on
they have the
Google,
5 check marks.
And it's the 5 green lights, whatever they put on. So that's
they're playing well.
It's something else because they won the league however many years ago, and now they're second place. I mean, that's insane.
Is it? I want to say 2014.
No, it was sooner than that. Let's see, 18, 17, probably like 17.
17-ish?
Okay. Yeah. Something like that.
The only reason I'm thinking 14 is because I'm looking at the table at Darby's.
Darcy's.
Soccer, or Darcy's, the soccer club.
I got you.
So I'm like trying to think how far back do you see the Leicester?
No, I believe 14 was the Gerrard slip.
Oh,
I believe.
Yeah.
But I don't remember exactly. Yeah. Bad memories. Memories of a Gerrard slip.
But 3 points against Crystal Palace.
3 points against Crystal Palace.
I'll take it.
Absolutely.
It was a good game.
Absolutely. All right, so that game, I guess one of the major talking points has to be Liverpool's defense. What's up?
Are we recording?
We are.
All right.
We're recording.
Okay.
Oh,
just a quick little check. I know we're podcasting, but I know we're in the middle of it.
that's going to happen.
I know,
one
that's
day,
why
right?
I'm so afraid.
We're going to go through a whole podcast, and it's not going to record. It's inevitable.
So afraid.
We have to be ready for it.
That's why I interrupted you for it.
And do you know what we do if that happens?
Start over?
We do it again right away. Yeah. No breaks. Just go right into it again. Oh, my goodness. All right. So we won. We just beat Crystal Palace yesterday, 2-1. We grinded out another win. And like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by this redhead over here. Can I get your hand so I can touch the wire? No, I'm okay.
My hair's brown.
I know. I like calling you a redhead.
Keep going.
We're never going to get into this.
Keep going.
All right, 2-1. we beat Crystal Palace 2-1. We grinded out another win. And one of the major talking points I feel is our defense again. We're talking about the defense again. The defense this year has not been what it hasn't been the brick wall that it was last season, which is okay. It's okay. Obviously, players dip in and out of form, and we're top of the league right now. Top of the league! We're top of the league right now. So it's, it's
Liverpool, top of the league!
It's okay, but obviously there are things that need to change. If we're going to win the league, we're 9 points ahead, which is great. That's great.
We're 8 points ahead.
9
points on Man City.
9.
8 points on Leicester.
All right, so
Leicester's coming.
We're 8 points ahead, which is awesome, but we are still early on. We're third of the way into the season, roughly. We're still early on. Without a solid defense, you can't win this. You can't win the league unless you are crazy on offense, which we are not. We are not. We're not like we were, a year ago, 2 years ago. We're not like we were 2 years ago. So, it's a little concerning.
You love to see the way we're winning games.
Yeah,
that's Liverpool's ferocity right now. Their attitude, there's a better word for it. I can't think of it. Like demeanor. Their can't quit attitude.
I mean, the whole Twitter statement is the mentality monsters.
The mentality monsters. Yeah, that's it. I was trying to think of what I saw.
And it's true. It's true. You see it in almost every game this season. We haven't been winning by huge margins. We're getting these late goals, and just the attitude of the players on the pitch when we're down a goal. You know what I mean? It's like they're still keeping their heads high.
They're playing like champions.
Yeah.
They're playing with that mentality that goal scored, 0-1.
Yeah.
So what?
So what?
So what? Turn on the burners. So you mentioned something, and I was thinking of it while you were talking, so I wanted to remember the point. Liverpool last year, we knew him, and we saw him, and we went there, and we knew him as this like defensive animal. Mm-hmm. Like Virgil van Dijk holding it down.
A lot of low scoring games.
Yeah. Holding it down, right?
Yep.
And you almost say Liverpool's performance this year has been less dependent, not less dependent, it's still dependent, but less of a highlight on their defensive stats and their clean sheets, and it's more on their creative chances that they've capitalized on late game. Like, you have that mentality monsters is such a cool saying because like Liverpool's playing in a way that they're playing great football. We watched the game. The first half was boring because we didn't score 6 goals, but it was still good. It was good defensively. We broke down. It was still good.
It was, and the first half is one of the more scrutinized halves, I think. Where excuse on my phone there. It was one of the more scrutinized halves where a lot of people said poor first half. And it's true. It was a poor first half. At the same time, you watch the first half, if you're going to call that poor, and it was compared to our other times, the first 10 minutes of that game, we were on fire.
Yeah. On
fire. Mane was a beast. Everyone was doing really well, and then it kind of fell apart. Our defense, Trent made a lot of mistakes, lost the ball in bad areas. But if you're going to call that bad, well, I think
if that's bad, if that's one of the worst first halves of the season where we went into halftime 0-0 and Klopp screamed in German,
yeah,
I'll take that.
Yeah, 100%. It's curious to what's going to happen when, I don't want to say when, but if we lose a game. You know what I mean? When we
What are we, 30? We're 30 straight, I think, without a loss?
I think so.
30,
29 or 30.
30 straight. I think this made 30.
Yeah, it did. Well, and only 4 Premier League teams in history have ever been 30 games unbeaten.
Liverpool, top of the league.
Liverpool, unbeaten in 30. Liverpool, unbeaten in 30. So that's, nothing to sneeze about. That's my favorite statement.
Nothing to sneeze about.
You know what my favorite statement? I say that all the time. You know what else I say? What do I say all the time? That's kind of annoys me. I don't know if it annoys our listeners. I say, you know what I mean.
Yeah?
My wife has knocked me for that. Now that's all you're going to hear.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? 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 All right, so Liverpool 8 points clear, okay? So our position in the league is good. 8 points clear.
Woo!
Above Leicester.
Yep.
Then City and then Chelsea.
Yep.
How do you feel? I mean, we just talked about this a little bit, but how do you feel about our performance thus far? And then how do you feel with that performance going forward for the rest of the season? What do you think needs to change, or just tell me what you think?
I mean, we read the real fake news and stuff, and we talked about Lovren's performance, but I'd like to see Matip back. I feel like, so I guess I got to answer your questions in a couple ways. So like, what do I want to see change? We'll start with that because I'm super happy with where they are at the table right now. I'm super happy with the last couple games they've played. What I want to see change, I would like to see Matip back in because what we're missing is that like equally dominant sweeper that comes behind Virgil in a lot of those defensive pushes. Like Virgil runs that back four, right? And you see that in the style they play, the way that Virgil runs the defense. He controls that back four. And then by the off chance that sometimes the best center back in the world gets beat, there's usually that equally solid sweeper, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So like the weakness I would like to see is the weakness I would like to change. The one thing I'd like to change, I'd like Matip back, just to bring that back defensively. And another thing I'd like to see coming into the end of the trading window, the transfer window,
right.
I'd like to see him a little more depth in strikers. We'll talk about that more.
Yes.
But you look at this first half and how Twitter kind of blew up on what a first half disaster, Oxlade-Chamberlain, what's going on. Do we have enough depth in strikers in case someone look what happened? Look at Mo going down last game and then sitting out this game. He was ready on the subs. You saw him kind of get up once right before Firmino scored that the go ahead goal. You saw him getting up and getting ready, but without Salah on the field, we lost a ton of chances. There's a lot of chance making opportunities that we couldn't capitalize on because we don't have the depth in strikers.
Especially in that game, because that game, I assume that Klopp, the method they wanted to use was a long ball to a striker, because you saw Virgil hit that ball to Mane so many times, and man,
they were on par.
Virgil, I don't know if that's a point we have here, but it's not. Virgil was on point, and I think he got a pretty high player rating by Tom Lister, I believe, on the LFC transfer room.
Oh yeah,
I think he got a high rating, but his he was pinpoint accurate today. So going off of that, you just mentioned Matip. You'd like to see Matip back on the side.
That's a change I want to make. What I think we're doing right, though.
No, but I'm saying that's a change you'd like to make, and I agree. And something else, besides that brick wall solid player he also brings that forward passing ability that I don't really see from Lovren as much. Sometimes you do, for sure. But Matip, you've seen so many times last season, this season, forget the long pass, he'll run all the way up past the half with the ball, and he gets by a few players and makes a great pass.
Yeah,
and that as well as the long pass
frees up your midfielders to.
And Matip is pretty solid on that long pass on the ground. He's pretty solid, and so that plays into same with having Alisson out and Adrian in. We lost that quick counterattack long pass, so you have Alisson, Virgil, and Matip. All three of them were very forward-minded and so solid on defense. It'd be nice to have Matip back. 100%.
You think of because you watch Lovren play, and listen, Dijon Lovren, I really respect what he's done.
Dijon Mustard, go ahead.
Dijon Mustard, I love what he's done.
Right.
With my pastrami Reuben. No, I love what he's done.
Dijon Mustard. I got nothing. Go ahead. Improvisation.
I love what he's done the last couple games. I think he's really why the real news that we read that he's made so many consecutive starts in X amount of games.
Yeah.
Klopp's happy with his performance as well.
Right.
But you watch us defensively and we lose, you mentioned it so well, we lose that quick counterattack with a player that's less forward-minded. So in most case scenarios, you would see Virgil last season or with Matip on the field, Matip would get the ball and Virgil would kind of hold the back line and let Matip do what he wants. every time you see Lovren get the ball, it's just, where's Virgil? Distribute it to Virgil. Let him run the back line.
Yeah, or distribute it to someone close.
Give it to somebody close, and he's not taking it on himself to make a chance. I don't think that either way.
Yeah.
I don't think that as well. I think that Klopp's putting him there because he's on Liverpool starting 11 because he's earned that. He plays well. I'm not saying what he does is wrong, but I'm saying when you look at the Liverpool of last season and the ferocity on offense, and then insert someone like Dejan Lovren, who kind of keeps the ball safe, give it to Virgil. Virgil's the playmaker. It's like a secretary instead of like a co-host.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, short story, he's not as good.
Yeah, not
short
as good.
story, he's not as good.
Yeah,
but again, he's solid enough to earn that starting position for sure. For sure. And like you said before, the strikers. We would have loved to see Salah out there to receive the long ball, or maybe Mane receives it and dishes it to Salah, whatever.
or maybe Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Oh, Zlatan. You think he's coming? You think he's coming to
I
Liverpool?
don't, no.
What did we say on the LFCTR podcast?
The LFC Transfer Room podcast?
Yeah, the Transfer Room podcast. What did we say the chances were? I said -2, I believe.
I think I said 0.
Zero.
I think it was just like 0. You're like, I'm going to go with -2 on the chances of one coming.
Yeah. Hey, before we continue, let's say we can say that now. We haven't said it on a podcast
Yeah,
yet.
no, we didn't.
We are
update.
Yeah, so we are official. I think in the course of 3 months, we've gone from nobodies. Can we call ourselves official pundits now? Pundits? No, maybe.
We are like, if somebody is level 1,
Yeah.
we are like level 1.5.
1.5.
We came up, buddy.
We came up. So we are we partnered with the LFC Transfer Room, and they are a website, and they have a pretty large Twitter following, a decent Instagram following, and they needed new podcast hosts, so they reached out to us, and we are now doing a bi-weekly podcast on the LFC Transfer Room. It's bi-weekly.
Yeah, not bi-monthly.
Bi-monthly. I don't know what you're talking about.
That would be one episode every 2 months.
Dan, look up the definition of bi-weekly and bi-monthly. Look at us crapping all over our boss.
No, but what Brian said is serious. They have a big Twitter following. They have a big Instagram following. But really check them out. Check out their content. They hooked us up with some website access.
Yeah, they did.
Their articles, some of their stuff on transfer. It's super current.
It is.
And
very legitimate.
Yeah, like legitimate to a point that what I was about to say is he's asked us to only use reputable sources based on transfers.
Reputable.
Reputable?
You said reputable.
Whatever, dude.
Reputable.
It's like 11 at night. It's late.
8:47. What a liar.
But, no, seriously, but reputable sources.
He's a chronic liar.
And-
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And when someone like kind of talks about transfer window or sports news,
Yeah.
you don't really see that. You see like people retweeting anything left and right. It's just
Yeah.
a credible website.
is.
I think you should check them out.
And we are the hosts of the podcast. So over the international break, we released a podcast on the LFC Transfer Room podcast, available on iTunes, Spotify. So you want to hear us again?
I don't know why you'd want to do that, but if you do.
Hey, I'm going to listen to it.
So back into the game.
All right.
2-1. 2-1
Yeah.
Liverpool. Goals were scored. Goals were scored
they?
by
Okay.
Goals were scored by Mane.
Yes.
And then Firmino with that
Yes.
go-ahead goal. Great
Yeah.
goals.
Mane's goal.
What do you think?
I think Mane's goal was. I think both of them were good because we were in dangerous areas. Mane's goal, I think, was especially good because he kind of made something. I don't want to say out of nothing. We got the ball there, and Mane, the natural-born striker that he is, got that ball off of his foot in an awkward position. Granted, it would have gone straight at the goalie if it didn't take a deflection. 2 posts helped us out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was a goal. It was on target, went in the net. So that was cool. Firmino's goal was what you would call a scrappy goal.
Scrappy goal.
Very, very scrappy. But again, it was from a great ball from Trent that Virgil got a first touch on, which was a good first touch. And it made the scrappiness happen. Scrappiness is good. That's good.
Didn't see a lot of goals scored that way for Liverpool last year.
No,
or this year. You don't really see a lot of that.
Because
That
Liverpool-
scrappiness.
Liverpool, they go off that counterattack brilliance.
Yeah.
It's counterattack brilliance,
Yeah.
Liverpool. You saw it a couple times against Palace. That didn't really make it happen. But a couple of those quick balls from Trent, you know what I mean? From the side, you know what I mean? I said it again. You know what I mean? I can't help myself. And it happened a couple times, but they just didn't make it happen, obviously. So yeah, not many scrappy goals, but that's a good thing.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
I mean-
It's less a scrappy goal is less entertaining. You know what I mean?
Those
again.
you said it. Those goals. You know what? When I was watching the game, the whole time I was just thinking like, I've been talking a little bit of crap on Firmino.
Yeah.
And you were involved in 2 incredible goals this game.
I don't understand why you talk.
I don't talk crap. I've just been a little down on his performance as of late.
When we did our lineup predictions, or not predictions, what we wanted the lineup to be against City, you took Firmino out of the side.
Yeah. I know.
Psycho!
Yeah, I know I'm a psycho. But what I did, I got hit with the humble stick. I'm like, man, that dude makes some chances. He had this little like back foot, like the base of his foot touch to move the ball a little bit to let Mane have that ball.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was such a good touch to be able to push it kind of forward up into play.
Yeah. And oftentimes when you have criticized his performance, it's a time when we didn't have the ball a lot. So it doesn't mean he didn't do well.
No, I know.
You know,
He's still. I still think he's the. I mean, come on.
Not
He's
that he's
number
9, give him the ball and he'll score every time.
So like I know.
I know. Sim Senor. Go ahead.
Sim Senor. I know that he's still one of the best strikers in the world. I don't think there's someone I would rather replace, or I would replace him with in our starting 11 every single time. But like there was just like there was a 4-game drought this season where I'm just like, every time you have the ball, you're kind of giving it away.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like, man, I want to see you score. I love you so much.
How about Salah?
Same.
Jeez, the amount of good chances he's had this season that he did not put away. The last couple games, he has put them away, which is awesome. Against City, oh my goodness, how can we forget that header, that beautiful header from the cross from Robbo?
Oh my goodness.
And then
goal of the year.
That same game.
Goal of the year, by the way.
You think so far?
I think so. Goal of the year. I think that's a beautiful goal.
That was
for Liverpool, not for the whole Premier League. But
that was an unbelievable. That is right there. That goal sums Liverpool up.
Counterattack.
It was
quick,
a cross from Robbo, not from way in the corner. It was from just past the half.
You remember who crossed the ball to Robbo?
Trent.
Trent, baby.
Yeah.
That's why
it was from one side of the field. Trent crosses it to the other side of the field to Robbo. Robbo gives it to Salah on the other side of the field, and the ball it traveled probably a total of 150 yards in seconds and in the net. And that's what Liverpool is great at, really good at. So we mentioned it a couple podcasts ago, or last podcast, when they were really stagnant against a certain team. It wasn't against City. It was against it was the game before that. I forget. They were just stagnant because they had the ball so much. And it was like, man, I just want to see a quick counterattack. But it never happened. It only happened a couple times because they had the ball so much.
Yeah. I think Ashton?
I still don't know
what it is.
Ashton Cigars?
Aston.
We have a new cigar ashtray here with bananas in it. Banana peels.
Yeah, no cigars tonight.
No cigars tonight.
Just bananas.
In the last month, I've been hit in the face with more banana peels than I could count on my hand.
It's the
this kid, every time there's a banana peel, he throws it right at my face.
It's the easiest
I have to stop giving him bananas. Every time you're over my house, I'll give you a banana. Oh my goodness! All right, let's talk about. Go ahead. You want to start this off right after Firmino's scrappy goal?
Every time we talk about this, I get so confused.
Yeah.
VAR.
Yeah. But talk about the first thing. What's the first?
No.
Twitter thing.
Liverpool.
Live
VAR pool. Liverpool.
So
shut up.
Yeah.
Twitter.
So we're seeing Twitter is calling Liverpool Liverpool.
This is what we do.
Like we're getting. That's why we're in the lead because of VAR. Bull crap.
That's a big load of bull crap.
Big load.
It's not. Shut up.
Big load of bull crap.
It's not. It's not fair. It's just this is what we do. This is what Liverpool does. We're the champions of Europe, bro.
Yeah.
We are the best team in the Premier League right now, and they're gonna take. And it's like every other sport. The top of the sport. They're gonna pick something. They're gonna pick something you do apart,
of course,
and slam you with it.
Let's give them 2 examples of when VAR didn't help us, and this is just 2.
Okay,
just 2. Origi against United.
Divock Origi got fouled, and the goal still counted.
Yeah, he got fouled against United, and they scored a goal, and VAR did not work for us at that point. Okay?
Ridiculous.
Firmino, Aston Villa. Let's not forget about the offside call. Come on.
Equally ridiculous. It's the name of a segment on our other podcast. Wrong. But so the VAR, let's talk about it. They scored. Who scored? Who scored for Crystal? Do you remember? Was it Townsend? It wasn't Townsend.
It wasn't Townsend.
It was.
I don't think it was IU.
I think it was IU.
Was it IU?
Maybe it was IU. Somebody from Crystal Palace scored.
Yeah.
And they called it off, or they called it off. They called the goal off because Lovren was tickled or pushed or something. So the ref made the call. The ref didn't make a call. They just kind of went right to VAR.
Yeah.
And then VAR ruled it no goal.
Which is interesting.
Because Lovren wasn't a part of the play.
Well, but listen, it's interesting because we keep complaining about how they never overturn the ref. They overturned the ref on this one. So
did they? They
did.
didn't overturn the ref.
Well,
they made a decision for the ref.
But no, the ref didn't call the push. So therefore, the ref said goal. You know, he saw nothing wrong.
Yeah, but if the ref says goal, doesn't it still go to VAR for review?
It does.
So what's the point of the ref?
Oh, well.
What's the point of you?
Well, there is a point to him. But I'm just saying, he didn't make the call. It goes to VAR. VAR nitpicks around the box, that's 1 point. Okay, we can talk about that. It was a push on Lovren. It was. Lovren was not part of any of the play that had to do with that goal because the ball was flicked in front of him. There was no chance Lovren was ever going to touch that ball. So my question to you, I don't know the answer to this. My question to you is should that goal have been disallowed if he's not involved in the play? What do you think? So you think the goal should have been disallowed?
No, the goal should have been allowed.
Okay.
Right? I mean, because if that's the new...
I disagree.
We say this every time. We say this every time, though.
Yeah.
If that's the new standard,
yeah.
and if someone gets fouled outside the 18 at the same time as a goal scored, that goal should be disallowed.
But all I'm saying, on the field, if you're on the field, you don't have the ball. Let's say the ball is forward and you're a defender, and Vardy is walking past you, and you just push Vardy for fun.
Yep.
You get the foul called on you. You're not part of play. The foul will be called on you because that's just a push.
Okay.
You can't do that. Or if someone's making a run and you trip him, making a run, even though he doesn't have the ball. So Lovren is in the box. He gets pushed, and he's not part of play. I think it is a foul. You still call it a foul. And VAR actually said no goal.
No goal.
So it's pretty blatant. That was pretty blatant. Liverpool. And even Crystal Palace's manager said he agreed it was a foul.
Yeah,
he agreed of the overruling. Very well, fine. We could talk about this next point of
consistency.
Still, look at how Crystal Palace celebrated that. They celebrated like it wasn't fun.
They don't even do VAR's ruined goal celebration.
That
they have to look at a screen and wait.
I'm a Liverpool fan, and even after that call, which went our way, I still don't want it. I don't want it. I would have rather Crystal Palace gone and celebrated, had a lot of fun, and us complain about how it should have been called off. You know what I mean? I'd rather that.
Isn't that right? Like it kind of ruins it.
Because we watch soccer, football to be entertained. And I think VAR is taking some of the entertainment out of it.
Soccer football.
It's
a new sport. Soccer football. That's a new thing for the podcast.
Yeah.
Because we got to appease both audiences.
We do.
Soccer football. Can I say football soccer?
Football soccer? No, soccer football. We're American.
What about sock ball?
We grew up from birth, and everyone said the sport is soccer. Turns out, when we're older, the rest of the world calls it football. What are we supposed to do? Naturally, in our brains, it's soccer. That's what our country calls it.
European football?
Yeah, I don't know.
Call it that?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, goal, not goal, annoying. VAR, still annoying.
Yep.
Still annoying. We can agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the heck is going on.
Yeah. Yep.
No idea.
It needs to be fixed. And we're saying that even though VAR worked out that game.
I know it worked out for Liverpool.
It did. But no, not even for Liverpool. It worked out for the better. Like, that was a good call.
Okay.
Overall.
So then I expect to see that call next game.
Yes.
Same thing. And if that doesn't get called, get someone different in the booth.
Exactly. So if that was called, why wasn't Firmino called not offside against Aston Villa?
And why was Divock not called foul when that same thing happened on the other side of the field?
Yeah.
It's annoying.
You're gonna call that push a foul and not the trip on Divock a foul?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yes. And I get it when the ref makes a call on the field. I get it. They make a call on the field. They might get it wrong or right. VAR has time and multiple people. They should get it right every time. Wrong. You want to talk about Crystal Palace? How well they played, especially Zaha, Benteke played really well. Crystal Palace.
Did Benteke have a chant when he was on Liverpool?
I don't think so. I don't remember. I don't remember.
Good.
I don't remember.
He doesn't deserve a chant.
Benteke, you're the best day. I love you. No, okay.
Nope. No chant. You don't deserve one.
I think Crystal Palace in the beginning, at least in the beginning of the game, they seemed to want it a little bit more.
They played hard.
They're always a hard side. They're always hard.
Oh, they played so well.
When's the last time we saw Crystal Palace?
In Liverpool, January 19th, sitting in the Cop.
Yeah.
19 rows back.
Yep. At home, 4-3.
21 rows back.
Yeah.
4-3 win, 2 goals for Salah, 1 goal for Mane, and 1 goal for Bobby. What a game.
What a game we picked to go to.
It was the best. It was the best.
All I got to say.
But you remember, and this is a good talking point now that we're talking about it, when we were there and we were talking about Zaha and how afraid we were of him.
Yeah.
Like, you got to mark Zaha. Like, the whole time we were just screaming from the stands. Like,
yes.
Mark Zaha.
Milner, remember how many times Milner got beat?
Milner got beat, but you remember how many times Milner played well against him?
Yes.
He just forced him outside or out of bounds.
Yeah.
He said, you know what? Get it out of here. Get the ball out of here. Kicked it away. Trent's performance against Zaha first half and then early second half was kind of like, oh, Trent, you're kind of letting him beat you a lot.
And it's Zaha. He's a really good player.
Oh, yeah.
His goal, that goal as a team for Crystal Palace was a very good goal. And the little cherry on top at the end, Zaha made a wonderful move that beat the whole Liverpool defense.
Yeah.
He just let that ball go right past his body and he took the shot.
Yeah.
And he took
What's
the shot.
What's that called? Like, you just let the ball...
It's called letting the ball go past your body.
Really?
Yeah.
Like he led the ball? It was so good.
And Liverpool, for that goal, man, they fell apart. They were all over the place. Not as cohesive as a defense. Mm-hmm. That's one thing to say about the whole season, not as cohesive. They're still great. Van Dijk's still the best defender in the world, I think. Just not as cohesive. And they got torn apart. Zaha is crazy good. He's really good.
That was his first goal
Dangerous.
of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay, he sinks.
It was his first goal of the season.
Don't ruin what I'm
just
saying
telling you.
with stats.
I know.
Okay?
I'm not trying to tell you anything with stats. I'm just saying I think that was his first goal this year. I'm pretty sure.
All right. So
man of the match.
Man of the match. Before we get in the man of the match, Trent. My man.
Yeah, we touched on that.
My man. I love him. Love him to death. He showed some good signs that game. Had that great ball to, I think it was Robbo, crossfield. I saw an extra clip of it on Liverpool FC.
His
Instagram.
corner, too. Remember his corner?
His corner.
Like, Lovren couldn't reach it.
But he had a bad game.
Yeah.
He had a bad game.
Some bad beats.
And, but to look at the bright side, he had a bad game and just kept going. Just kept going with it, what you got to do. You know, it's hard to do that as a young kid like him. You know, you typically let a bad game get to your head, and he didn't. He kept going, and that's why he's going to be great. It really is. It's hard when you're playing poorly. You feel like you're letting your teammates down. You're letting everybody down, especially considering his poor pass or his loss of the ball led to that goal, which ended up being called off by VAR. You know, that's hard. It's hard to get past that stuff, and I think he does a great job at that. He's very mature for his age.
Just a bad, but not like a. You don't want to say Trent had a bad game.
Yeah.
But it's just like he had a not Trent game.
Not Trent.
Like Trent's usually he matches up with anyone defensively.
No, he had a bad game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it.
Like a bad game.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just he just had some bad beats.
Don't you think?
Doesn't his offensive presence and the way he distributes the ball, like, so he had a bad game, right?
Yeah.
Then what's that corner? That corner was well struck.
Of course.
So a well struck corner in a game that you're bad at, like.
I saw something funny on Twitter. It was someone knocking Trent. Said, "Oh, if it wasn't for Trent's crosses, he wouldn't even be on the Liverpool team."
Oh yeah,
and someone said, "Well, we hired him for his crosses. So, what's your point?"
Yeah, no, it was like if Cristiano Ronaldo couldn't score goals, then he wouldn't be hired either.
Exactly.
So what's your point? That was it. It was like
it was great.
Are you stupid? If Lionel Messi couldn't score from set pieces, then he wouldn't have a job either.
Yeah.
Shut up.
My goodness.
Shut up. That's a dumb opinion.
Yeah, that was. All right, man of the match. Sadio Mane, running down the wing, Mane. Hear the cockfights sing, Mane. We won it in Madrid.
Really?
Sadio.
Really?
Keep going. No,
he's your man of the match?
Yeah.
Yeah, the goal, chances made.
The goal, and he was an animal.
Yeah.
An animal like he normally is. He's just impossible to get the ball from. Impossible. He's so good.
Determination when he loses
the
it,
amount
too.
And the amount of times, yes, he scored the goal. Yes, he was crazy. The amount of times he got that ball from Virgil, the long ball from Virgil,
He had a couple of those shots that were like a yard to the right of the post.
Exactly.
He had those.
He had that one. Remember when Hendo gave him that great ball on the ground?
Ball.
And Sadio did a quick turn and shot to try to catch the goalie off guard, which he did. His shot was just off target. So, yeah, great game. Great game. You got to give him the man of the match, considering Liverpool didn't play that well.
Yeah.
They didn't play that well.
So mine's different. I don't know if it's right, and I don't know how many times it ever goes to the goalie.
I'm going to go ahead and say yours is wrong, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, I don't know how many times the man of the match goes to the goalie, but I thought Alisson Becker had a great game.
Yeah.
They had a really good game. One of the goals was called called off because of a penalty, which was a incredibly hard goal to defend. Couldn't even do it.
Yep.
But positionally, distribution-wise, he helped our counterattack really well. Crystal Palace had so many chances on these like long shots that he was just there for. He made the goal, and we just kind of like, all right, cool, Alisson saved it. Like, if that was any other keeper, you know what I mean? The scoreline would have been different.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many times the keeper ever really gets man of the match.
It's rare.
I thought he had a great game.
Tim Howard in the World Cup. Which World Cup was that? 2010?
10?
Remember I think it was the last game that they got knocked out on. They still got knocked out, but he made 10 ridiculous saves. Yeah, he got the man of the match in that game for sure.
I mean, like I pulled it up real quick just because I thought you were going to tell me I was wrong.
And I did.
You did, and you were right. But Crystal Palace had 16 shots on goal to goal attempts to Liverpool's 12.
Okay.
6 of which were on target, and it just resulted in 1 goal.
Yeah.
I thought that was, and then, Liverpool only had 4 shots on goal, and we scored twice. So I know, and I don't know where VAR weighs in on those stats too, if that counts as a shot on goal or if it just counts as nothing. But I thought that's a really good performance. 6 shots on goal, 16 shots in a game that your team kind of controlled. I don't know.
Right. And Klopp had an interesting quote. He said in the post-match conference, or the post-match right after the game press conference, he said, we defended deep. And I thought that was interesting.
Too far, right?
Too far back. We were defending too far back, so therefore just not as high up the field. Like, those times you see Virgil steal the ball from a pass, he gets in front of the defender, or the offender, I'm sorry. So he said we defended too deep, and we kept giving away free kicks in dangerous areas. And that is, especially against Palace, when you got Zaha in the box and Benteke. Benteke's the man in the box. It's interesting. It's interesting. So, what would we do if we redid that game? Would we, he would have pushed everyone up harder, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. Very interesting. It's nice hearing some tactical things from the boss, from good old Klopp. Kloppy boy, Kloppy man.
Yeah, again, Klopp.
Dejan Mustard. Okay. All right. It is time for the next 3-game score predictions and performances. That is a wordy title.
I don't know. It's just
we got to think of a name for this segment.
The next 3 games score
predictions and performances for the next 3 games. Performances for the next.
A lot of chanting again.
Yeah,
it's good to be back. It's because we have this new studio that echoes.
It's very echoey.
So it sounds so good.
I'm very curious as to how the audio is going to turn out.
It's going to sound horrible.
Watch. The next time we podcast, you're going to see these foam things on the wall. Brian, what did you do? All right, what do we got?
So we have Liverpool hosting Napoli at home, Champions League. I know, me too. I'm worried. So let's just give it some context. Last year, when we played the Champions League group stages, we lost to them 1-0 away as well. We lost to them away last year. We beat them at home. So
do you remember the scoreline at home?
1-0 away.
Wasn't it 1-0 at home?
I think maybe.
Okay.
Maybe a 1-0 away, 2-1 at home. Yeah. It was either 2-1 at home or 1-0 at home.
It's gonna nice when we play them. It's gonna be nice to see our next backup striker, Lorenzo Insigne.
I don't know if he's gonna be there. No,
what do you think?
No way.
4, 5.
The chance of him coming to Liverpool?
Yeah. 4,
3,
10?
3.
Right.
I think there's a better chance for Mbappe.
Oh,
Mbappe. So what's your score prediction? Liverpool, Napoli in Anfield, Champions League group stage last game.
2-0.
To who? To who?
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Liverpool.
I'm worried.
Yeah.
I'm worried about this one. Now, if this is the last game of a group stage and it results in a draw, do you go to PKs or no? You take the draw.
No.
No,
it's all points. It's all points.
Yeah,
it's all points.
Score, right?
Yeah.
Draw.
Really?
Draw. Yeah, 2-2 draw.
I wish I had the stats up here so I could see what a draw would do.
We're going to lead the 2-1. We're up by 1 point right now.
Oh, so a draw would work out.
A draw would work out.
Okay.
I think we're going to lead 2-1 and give up a last-minute goal. So 2-2.
It's not like Liverpool.
I know.
It's not like him.
Yeah, I know. Or we're down 2-1 and we score
That's more like Liverpool.
an 89th minute equalizer. But 2-2 is my score prediction for that game.
Okay.
I hope we blow them away.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a 4-0. But and then after that, next week we look to Brighton. So we have 3 straight home games. So Liverpool, Brighton, score prediction. What do you think?
It depends on how Napoli turns out, but from here, I'm gonna say 2-0.
2-0.
So that's twice 2-0.
Twice 2-0.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 4-0 to Liverpool.
I like it.
4-0 to Liverpool over
I like
Brighton.
it. Then this next one is exciting. Liverpool, Everton.
Liverpool, Everton
Go
at
ahead.
home.
You go first.
I go first?
Yeah.
All right. Big game. Merseyside. 2-0 Liverpool.
2-0. Are we going to be singing It's Saturday Night? It's Saturday night. Are we going to be singing that?
I don't know.
I hope so. I hope
Divock
Divock.
Origi.
I hope he scores
Remember
again.
the last time he played? Remember last year?
Oh my goodness.
What was that? The 93rd minute header Divock had
It
off
was
the crossbar?
The scrappiest, dumbest goal. He was there. He
Yeah.
was there. He deserves every bit of that goal. But
We won that game 1-0. The ball bounced on the crossbar
Yes.
maybe 8 times.
Yes.
All the other Liverpool players were like, nope, not going to happen.
Yeah,
and they
and
started
Everton.
running back.
Yeah.
Everyone forgot about it. And Divock just watched it and then headed it in with his tarantula head.
he stuck around.
Oh, it was awesome.
Just like the 4-0 win against Barca in the Champions League. What did he do? He
Stuck
looked at
around.
Trent. He looked at Trent. What's going on here, Trent? What's going on? Oh, you're kicking the ball to me? Okay, oop. Hit it in the net. Go on to win the Champions League. Divock Origi.
So yeah, I think I guess you're right about the who's going to be our backup our next striker.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're 8 points up in the Premier League. Champions League, you're already qualified. Do you start your A team? Who's the midfield for the Liverpool Napoli game?
I
What do you think?
I think you go with the full on.
I think Keita gets a start.
I would. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, again, I would say against Liverpool, Napoli at home, I would figure on the regular starting 11. You know, Hendo, Gini, and Fabinho in the midfield. Everyone else, we all know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I would say this time you might see an Ox. You might see an Ox in there.
A little Ox?
A little bit of an Ox.
A little Keita.
I don't think you're going to see Keita.
Naby Keita.
I don't think you're going to see
No Naby
Keita.
Keita?
No, I don't think so.
No? You got to give Ronaldo a break, man. He crushed it. Did you see his international stats?
No.
He scored a hat trick. He scored, dude. He blew up.
He's so surprising, that guy. He's so surprising.
He's such a good
He just
footballer.
doesn't. I just look at him.
Good at the footy, eh? He's good at the footy, eh?
I see him play.
You take a little footy.
Can I talk?
You take the footy
No.
and you score a goal. Footy. That's what
Footy.
they call it.
Footy.
Little
Footy.
A little footy.
I see Wijnaldum play, and I just don't see a goal scorer. I mean, he's great, but he scores so many goals, so many clutch goals as well. I mean, shall we not talk about again 4-0 win?
4-0
Barcelona?
Barca.
Oh boy! All right, are you ready for Ale?
Quotes.
All right, so this quote is from
Tommy Lister.
Tommy Lister, he's a writer at the LFC Transfer Room, and you know what? I have his Twitter handle here. Why don't you read his quote? I'll get his Twitter handle.
Yeah, no worries. So it's a quote from Tommy Lister from the LFC Transfer Room. It's on their website. So they released a player ratings after this game, and they gave Oxlade a 6, which is a fair rating, but I just want to talk about the quote. He wrote, "A poor outing for the man in form, although he can be cut some slack considering he was playing out of position on the wing in replacement of Mohamed Salah." So I read that. Sorry, so go ahead and plug his Twitter handle.
His Twitter handle, so his name's Tommy Lister. His Twitter handle is at @TLister77. TLISTER77.
So it says he's like a reporter. Does it say it on his bio, like reporter?
Yeah,
for the LFC
it
Transfer Room?
says studying football journalism, right for at LFC Transfer.
Nice. So I liked his rating on Ox. I think that's an accurate
it was fair.
rating.
It was
I
a
think it's a
fair
fair rating. But when I read the quote, when I was reading through it, I was like, we should pick this for our quote of the day because it gives us some talking points. Although he can be cut some slack considering he was playing out of position on the wing in replacement of Mohamed Salah. Do we have anyone that can play on the wing in replacement of Mohamed Salah?
No,
Right?
not really.
Do we have Divock?
And if you're going to replace him, I wouldn't put Ox there, but unless you're trying a new system of some sort.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like, so we're closing on the transfer window. We talked about this earlier in the podcast. We're closing up. Like, we still got a couple, weeks left, but Do we have the depth and strikers that we need to secure the league if one of these guys goes down?
I don't think so. Because we talked about this before where Salah, Sadio, and Firmino are irreplaceable. They're not replaceable. Like, you can't, they're world class. You can't replace world class. Even if you took Mbappe, put him in Salah's place, that's not an equal replacement. They're different players.
Yeah.
But Salah is in a class of his own, so there's no replacing him. But yes, we do need some sort of different system, some sort of different backup system, because when Salah's out, we struggle.
So do you know the difference between like a good player and a system player? Like, if I said those things,
yeah, I do.
Like, it's almost like
I'd almost call Hendo a system player.
Henderson.
You know what I mean? Like, he plays the system so well. That's why he starts every single game. He's also good. I'm not saying he's not good.
So like a manager that runs a systematic way of playing, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like a plug and play method. You take a player out, you plug the player in. It's almost like Klopp, and what makes this team so special and what makes it so easy to root for is like Klopp almost gears the system towards his players, instead of makes his players play his system. Which is kind of cool. Like, you have these two athletic fullbacks. You have these two guys that have a little competition amongst themselves and how many assists you can get. Like, you have these players that play different. You have this Virgil van Dijk that controls the back line. You have this Fabinho that's an absolute stud in the midfield. And you have these two creative, fun, fast-paced, want-to-be all-over-the-field strikers. That's Liverpool's system. I don't know if that's Klopp's system, but it's what he's made with the players we have.
Yeah.
So imagine replacing one of those guys. Imagine we go into Man City at home without one of those.
No,
away.
at City,
I'm sorry,
away.
Away. What do we do?
I wouldn't be confident. I'll tell you that much.
Do you think it's good to farm up another player? Like, who do we have?
No, I think you look at two. I don't know if I'm right about this, but I think you look at two positions when it comes to the January transfer window. Striker, 100%. That's number one in my mind.
A striker.
Number one. Yeah, number one. Number two.
You have like Sepp and stuff.
Yeah, number two for me is a center back. Because, another world-class center back for me would be awesome. It would be awesome. Pop Lovren out. Pop Matip out. If you find another Virgil-type player, or even, you're not going to find someone as good as him because he's amazing, but just one other person. One other person.
You don't think Matip fits that bill?
Matip is great, but he's injured, and we have Lovren, and we hurt from it.
We hurt. We saw that today.
We need someone who brings something else to the table. Lovren, I don't think, brings something else to the table. He's a great, fairly solid defender. That's good. He's great. But Matip is on a whole other level. Having another Matip to back up Matip. Because you got to think.
That makes sense.
You got to think. Virgil could get injured. If Virgil got injured and we have Matip and Lovren in, oh boy. I mean, yeah, they might be okay, but our defense is going to go way down. Our distribution is going to go way down. You saw Virgil against Palace. He was unbelievable. His distribution, unbelievable. And that Instagram or the Twitter thing I posted that was Liverpool away at Bayern Munich in the Champions League group stages. He hit that ball, crazy long ball to Mane, and Mane just does unbelievable with it. But the angle was right behind Virgil of this shot, and man, it just shows how good he is.
Yeah,
with his distribution,
unreplaceable.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable.
Irreplaceable.
Irreplaceable.
Unreplaceable. Do you want to read your poem? We can get out of here.
Well, I don't really want to get out of here, but
I don't want to get out of here. We'll get out of the
I got you.
Stay in the studio. Because now we have a place to chill. All right. So this is poetry in the. We are not in the garage anymore. What are we going to call this?
You can still call it the garage.
Now, look, does this look like a garage to you guys?
Nope.
I don't think it looks like a garage. What are we going to call it?
We're going to name it something.
Poetry in motion.
Poetry in motion. Tra-la-la-la. We're the two best friends in the world.
Yes, we are. You suck, dude. Read your poem.
Okay. I got to find it.
Another episode where you are doing nothing, looking through your phone.
Liverpool poem. Okay, so this poem, I wrote this. I meant to do this on our podcast against City, but you didn't write a poem, so we decided just to not do poems. That's when we had no voices.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
So this is the poem from that. So it's kind of, again, about City, the City game. But it's okay, nonetheless. Ready? Step stool, Sterling's intrigue. Sadio's fuel, Manchester fatigue. Liverpool, top of the league. Liverpool, top of the league.
I like that one.
You like the beginning? Step stool, Sterling's intrigue. You get it?
Yeah.
He's intrigued. Oh, a step stool because he's so short.
Yeah. But also Man City acts as a step stool. So that game was a step stool for us to get up. Come on, bro.
I didn't think about that.
Yes,
I did think about that. I'm a genius. I'm a poetry genius.
Poetry master.
All right, we got anything else to talk about here? Let's scroll down. I think we're all set, dude.
I think we're good.
Well,
let's hold on real quick. Let's plug a couple things that we got going on.
Go ahead.
So we have, like we talked about before, if any of you exist at this point in the listening, like, are you listening? If anyone makes it to the end of this podcast, we love you. We love you. We love you.
We love you. We love you.
We have partnered with Liverpool or LFC Transfer Room.
Yes.
So we will be releasing a bi-weekly podcast on just updates, transfer news. Love you, Dan. We will release a podcast once every 2 weeks on updated transfer news. They have a couple segments in there. We have like a Q&A section on Twitter.
It was really fun.
It was a ton of fun.
That podcast
and the episode was really good. It was fun to edit. It was fun to record. It was a really cool episode.
Yeah.
So give them a listen and then continue to like and subscribe. We're trying to get a little more active on Twitter. So follow us on Twitter at the Anfield Humidor. At Anfield Humidor?
I think it's at Anfield Humidor.
At Anfield Humidor on Twitter.
And then send us an email if you have any questions or anything like that. It is podcast at theanfieldhumidor.com. We upgraded from the Gmail account.
Yeah.
We have an actual anfieldhumidor.com account.
Podcast at theanfieldhumidor.com.
All right, guys. We'll see you in a few days.
Yeah.
Against Napoli.
Yep.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go, Reds.
Let's go. Beat Napoli.
Up the Reds.
Up the Reds. The Reds. Cheers, bro. No, you missed. I dodged a banana peel. I dodged it. Who won our race before? In Freehold. Who won our race?
We're not done recording.
No, who won our race? You said, let's race. You said you could beat me.
We were running down the street. And I said, race me.
Okay.
And you are about, how much do you weigh?
130.
You are 55 pounds lighter than me. And you're 6 inches shorter than me. And I was one step behind you.
Over 15 feet.
Yep. I'll take that. Take that. One step.
You just have a knack.
You have one step.
You have a knack for telling me you're better at everything.
Okay.
Ping pong. Who
Let's
won?
talk.
Me.
Me.
Not you.
I won the game of ping pong.
Okay, can you listen, people? Listen to his logic. Go ahead.
I said, Brian, do you want to play ping pong? I'll crush you. You said yes. We played. I won.
Is that the full story?
Yeah.
That's it?
Did we play a game of ping pong?
We played 3 games of ping pong.
Shh.
He's such a psychopath.
Did we win? Did we play a game of ping pong directly after I said that?
We did.
What happened?
You won.
By what score?
Like 17-21?
Okay, so I beat you.
Yeah. And then what?
That's not important. I said I'll crush you at ping pong, and I did.
So you think if we played 10 more games, you would win the best out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so I won right after that game. I won twice in a row.
Yeah.
So out of 3...
In a dark bar.
I won... Does it matter?
Yes.
Why?
Because I'm competition level, baby.
And you told
competition style. I'm the man.
You told me if we had proper paddles and a proper table... You know what I thought? I thought the same thing. If I had proper paddles and a proper table, I'd beat you even more.
But you can't say I'm wrong. I said, Brian, do you want to play ping pong?
But you're fudging the truth.
Shut up. Give me the microphone. I said, Brian, I'll crush you in ping pong. And we played a game of ping pong and I won. How am I lying? How am I lying?
You're not
to anybody.
You're withholding information.
No.
Yes. No,
I'm not.
You're withholding information.
No, I'm not.
Wait, you got this on the wrong. You got it backwards. That goes on your left ear.
I don't care.
Wire comes out your left ear.
I don't care.
Because wires always go in your left
ear.
ear.
You're avoiding the point that I said. So I want to know how I'm bearing false witness, how I'm not doing anything right. I said, Brian Egert, I'm going to crush you. Oh, do we have to edit that out? It's your last name. I'm going to crush you at ping pong.
Yeah.
And then I won the game of ping pong.
But the problem with that
is... This episode's over. I won.
Just listen to me. The problem with that is...
When people Humidor Podcast.
When people ask when people say who's better at ping pong, you'll say you. You'll say you are. Don't turn it off.